Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cop the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them, how to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding some room at midfield. And down right around the 37. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
All right, here we go. 3, 19.
A first carry now for Jordan Howard. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Darnold now to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Darnold on the screen, Bernard. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On the toss, Bernard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Giovanni Bernard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Watch him now, Barney!
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. From back at the 8 now after the false start, another try at 1st and goal.
Here we go now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. In for the score. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
On first down, Darnold. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Room here to run. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Now it's Darnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a toss play to Bernard. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. And here we go on 4th. Darnold, it's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Two minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Denver right after this. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They get it to him running left. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Jordan Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are in for 6. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11.
Gone! Detroit!
Back to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Leopard! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to throw, Darnold. Looking left sideline, it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Giovanni Bernard in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now here come the Raiders. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to go up top again. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Gone! Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll throw now on the final play. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete here. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Buda Baker.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tack McKinley in there to get him for a loss of 5. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Lucky 56. Over.
They'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now it's Peterson. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hurry up, here we go.
On 2nd down, Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Play action. It's Darnold. Fighting his way through contact. Open man, the tight end Rodgers. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, it's Darnold. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Henry Anderson in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Darnold. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
To throw is Darnold. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
All right, now, lucky 56.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. Now
throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
He'll look to throw. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. From the 50, it's Darnold. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They go play action here on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Kiki QT, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Here's Bosher to kick it away. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. He finds an opening past the 40, the 40, the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Twisting away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Switch! Hot! Hot! You can't block me. Hot! Watch the run! Hot!
Again, here's Bernard. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Faking the give. Darnold looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Here's Jackson. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone! Detroit!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Kyler Fackrell, the linebacker. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I know you're thinking it, but I'll just go ahead and say it. To give you an idea of how sharp he's been in this game, just his 2nd incompletion, and we're in the 4th quarter.
He has been locked in, laser-focused all throughout this one, hasn't he?
Certainly has, and he's gotten some help from his receivers as well. They also are locked in.
Yeah, the drops have been at a bare minimum. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way, because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. Off of play action, Darnold. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. And now it's 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And he comes back with one complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first down, they run with Howard. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And Darnold wants to throw the football. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower. Bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return is Peterson. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're all the way home for a Broncos score. Kiki QT with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll increase. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Hey, check. 3 down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining.
Detroit!
One final shot. They'll look to throw. They still can't get him. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying